It is no secret that many of you are suffering with high blood pressure. In fact, it's estimated 120 million of you are suffering with high blood pressure and really don't have a good way of overcoming it. And this is a big problem because when you have high blood pressure, it's linked to some nasty health conditions like heart disease, heart attack, and even stroke. So you have to get it under control. And unfortunately, most people, they turn to medication immediately because they really don't know another way. Well, one of the things that we can look at is some research that's actually coming out of ECU in Australia. What they found is that when individuals took 4 servings of cruciferous vegetables or root vegetables, which included things like carrots, potatoes, and even pumpkins, when they took 4 servings of these vegetables over the course of 6 weeks, one of the things that happened is it lowered their blood pressure. Specifically, over 6 weeks, it lowered their blood pressure by 2.5 points. Now you might say to yourself, well, Dr. Zyrowski, that is not a significant lowering of blood pressure. But you have to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture being that this is all they did, is incorporate these different cruciferous vegetables. And what I'm telling you is that it shows us is that we can actually change our blood pressure through our lifestyle, through the very things that we're eating. And imagine how much more we could change it if we threw on a couple extra pieces of living a healthy lifestyle. Now, the reason that this worked, right? What is the why behind this? The reason that eating cruciferous vegetables works so well is because an active ingredient called glucosinolate that has been shown to have anti-inflammatory benefits, loaded with antioxidants, and also it is very heart protective. You also have to realize that when you're eating these cruciferous vegetables, they have like vitamin K in them, a lot of minerals, and a lot of different vitamins in them in general that really support healthy well-being. Now, as we look at this issue of high blood pressure and how we can actually solve it through dietary means, one of the things that's interesting is that the Global Dietary Database found that the average individual is only consuming about 40% of the vegetables that they should be every single day, meaning that most of us aren't eating enough vegetables. I know that that's something that I struggle with in my own life. It's like, I focus on getting my proteins in and my fats in, and it's like, how do we get enough vegetables in? So that is something that I want you to consider in your own life. Are you eating enough vegetables, and are you specifically eating these cruciferous vegetables that have a lot of the benefits? Now you might be asking, well, what the heck is a cruciferous vegetable? A cruciferous vegetable are going to be your green leafy vegetables. It's going to be your bitter tasting vegetables. That active ingredient, glucosinolate, is actually the ingredient that has a ton of benefit, but also it's the same ingredient that makes many of these cruciferous vegetables very bitter. Now, some of these cruciferous vegetables you're going to want to consider are going to be things like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. You're also going to look at cauliflower, collard greens, turnips, and even kale. One of the things, and I didn't even mention about these cruciferous vegetables, is that it is some of the best things that you can consume in order to improve your liver health. So when we look at this big picture of high blood pressure, what this does is give us hope that we can really get our blood pressure under control through dietary means. Not only can you eat more cruciferous vegetables, right? They were doing 4 servings of cruciferous vegetables per day in order to get this result. Not only can you lower your blood pressure through these methods, but you can even get better results when you start adding more to this, right? How about exercising? We know that that lowers your blood pressure. Intermittent fasting, that lowers your blood pressure. Taking a mineral like potassium lowers your blood pressure. Going on a sugar-free diet lowers your blood pressure. Going on a low carbohydrate diet lowers your blood pressure. Doing things like box breathing and meditation is also going to drive you in a better place. So if you're somebody who's struggling with high blood pressure, start looking at all the things that you can do naturally. And in fact, if you want a deep dive on how to live a healthy lifestyle, my wife Ashley and I did a 30+ minute long video on how we got started living a healthy lifestyle and how you can too. How to take it step by step, one piece at a time in order to implement a good, healthy living strategy that serves you today in 30 years from now. And I'll put a link to that in the description below. We did it in our private health community called Health Club. And if you're not a member yet, certainly go over there and join, because I am delivering a ton of amazing content to you guys within the community every single week. I'm bringing on experts. I'm telling personal stories on how I transformed my health, things I use clinically every day in order to help individuals transform their health. It is going to be valuable information. So the link is in the description below. I hope to see you over there. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and check out this video over here next.